Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's show where we are talking about jobs, because that's what we do. So whether you love it or want to leave it, we're here to help with unbelievable advice from some of the nation's top business leaders who aren't afraid to give it to you straight. Hi, my name is Brad Karsh, president of JB Training Solutions, and today we're talking about two of my favorite topics, millennials and getting a job. And I'm joined by one of my favorite people, Jeff Ellman. Jeff Ellman is one of those serial entrepreneurs. Everything he touches turns into gold. He started a bunch of companies, and his most recent is a company called Urban that helps people make the transition from school to work through their move. And we're going to be talking a little bit about hiring. Jeff, welcome to the show. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you, Brad. Appreciate it.
No sweat. So one of the things that I love about Jeff is that he said that he has interviewed more people than Oprah, Leno, and Letterman combined. I love that. So tell me one of your best interview stories.
My best interview story probably goes back about 10 years ago. I had a candidate come to my office, walked up to my chair, ready to begin the interview, and decided to look at a picture of my mom and dad on the desk, take his hand, slide it over, and prop himself up on the corner of my desk and tell me he was ready for the interview to begin. So, very, very memorable because I never hired him and never would have hired him.
Right, exactly. I love it. And you know, people do that all the time. I remember I used to hire as well, and they'd say, I want to make an impression. And I'd say, you know, there's a difference between a good impression and a bad impression.
Right.
It's not just about an impression.
It was bad.
I love it. All right, good. Now, so we talk a lot about millennial engagement, and we've had shows where we've discussed that topic, what it is, what it's all about, making people feel affiliated and associated with the companies they're working for so they can produce better. Now, one of the things that I think companies don't think about is that engagement sometimes begins before they even start working. So tell me a little bit about that idea and what you think about that.
Absolutely. So engagement begins the moment that job offer is made. A lot of companies think about onboarding as the moment the employee begins work their first day. So what I've seen a lot of companies do where they drop the ball is, here's your job offer. If it's a millennial and they're relocating from their college campus, it's here's your lump sum or sign-on bonus of, call it $3,000. We'll see you then, good luck with your move to Chicago or San Francisco or New York. So what we want more companies to start doing to engage them early on in the process is give them a tool like Urban that's going to organize and plan their entire move, connect them to all the vendors they would need, help them find housing, and just help them get situated in their new city as quickly and efficiently as possible to engage them before they even step foot in your office that first day.
Yeah, and it's really important because we don't think about how difficult it is to move to a new city. I mean, and everything new is in your life. You've got a new job, you just finished college, you're no longer having summer breaks. Your life has been thrown up on end, and making sure that you get to that city and really enjoy it and can settle in, unbelievably important.
It's actually two of the top 5 most stressful life events is actually getting a new job and having to move at the same time. And companies really aren't thinking about that when they make that offer.
Right, exactly. And hopefully they're not getting divorced, because I think that's in there as well.
And death too, so let's avoid that.
All right, we'll avoid those at all costs. All right, so when you think about millennials again and hiring and all that sort of stuff, what, from a millennial's perspective, what do you think makes like that elusive perfect offer? What are they looking for?
Culture. Culture, culture, culture. They want to walk. I just had a chance to go to Palo Alto. I was in Box.com's office and LinkedIn's office. When you walk in the front door of their building, you don't want to leave. I mean, Box had a slide from their second floor down to their first floor. They had a gong that the salespeople hit when they closed a deal. All their big Fortune 500 clients, their logos were on the wall. And if you brought on that client every day you went to work, you could see that you helped be a part of the company and brought in that great big win for them. So culture is important. They had a bar in their office. They had video games. It's a place that you really wanted to be around your coworkers 24/7, and you didn't feel like you had to leave at 5 o'clock when maybe at other companies that's what's happening.
Yeah, and that's huge for millennials. And it's not necessarily just about putting a foosball table in your office, although this is a fine, fine foosball table, I must say. It's about creating an environment where people are actually going to play and enjoy the people that they're playing with. All that, to me, goes into a culture, and it seems like you've seen a lot of that in some of the companies that you've been working with. All right, so all the interviews you've done, all the advice you've given, all the people you've helped find jobs, what is it that you think is maybe the best piece of interview advice that you could give someone looking for a job?
So the #1 reason why you go on a job interview is because you want the job. Otherwise, you wouldn't even waste your time. What most people forget to do at the end of the interview is ask for the job. Let the employer know, if given a competitive job offer, this is a place I see myself working, and I want you to know that I will accept an offer if I receive it from your company. Ask for the job is something most people forget to do.
Yeah, that's interesting, because I interviewed a lot of people too, and even though it sounds like, well, of course everybody wants a job, when you actually hear that from somebody coming out of your mouth, it does make you feel better, and it sort of makes you feel, hey, if they are great and they really want this, I'll give them the job, they'll accept it, it's going to be a great match.
I've made many offers to candidates just because they asked me for the job, because if I'm hiring salespeople, I want to hire closers.
Yes, exactly.
And that's a close.
Awesome point. Thanks so much, Jeff. Really, really awesome perspective. All right, so we had some great takeaways from today. The first thing we learned about was it's really important that you make a positive impression. Any impression won't do. It has to be positive. When it comes to onboarding millennials, it's not the day they start working. It's the day they get the offer. Culture is so important in any organization. Make sure that A, you have a great culture, and B, you're telling people all about it. And finally, when it comes to the best piece of job advice, make sure you let the employer know that you actually want the job. Folks, I hope you enjoyed today's show. Please make sure that you follow us. Please check out our other episodes. Hope to talk to you soon. Thanks so much.